Hey guys, what is up? Good morning. Brent Abel here at webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7 here in the Rocky Mountains, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to be specific. It is now 8:20, so it's 7:20 in the West Coast. Getting a little late start this morning because I've got a little experiment I want you guys to help me out with. If you are live and you've got my cell number at some point, I want you to text me and let me know yay or nay. You can see the screen. I'm going to try something new, and I can't monitor it myself for some reason I can't figure out. Anyway, if you've got my cell number and you're on live, I would appreciate a little follow-up. Yes, we can see it. No, we can't, but wait on that. That's coming up in just a second. Guys, today we're going to talk about a question, a big question, which is what if you trusted your first shot choice, right? What if you just absolutely believed that the initial shot choice that came to your mind, your instinctive shot choice, and I'm going to go through a list of more little kind of sub questions to ask you, and just see what might happen to your tennis game if you're to trust that initial shot choice, right? And we all have different instincts, right? We all have, and let's be honest, I mean, I do the same thing. My opponent hits a shot over to me, and frequently my first shot choice is not what I end up executing, right? It's not what I end up trying. I might think cross court, but gosh darn it, some other little voice on this shoulder goes, no, man, let's go up the line. Come on. And a lot of times it doesn't work out, right? So, we're going to get into that, and this may be a little bit longer than a 7-minute session this morning, so hang in there. It'll be good, I promise you. Before we get going, a couple things. Number one, down below in the description area, a link for 98.6 men's high-performance clothing, shirts and shorts invented. I'm going to say invented by the great Dave Doherty, a top national 65s player, and generously, he is giving us 15% off our initial order. So when we're done today, down below, go ahead and click that link, 98.6, and pick up a pair of shorts and a shirt or two. And I think that you'll love this clothing that Dave has. Dave has created high-performance tennis clothing. Guys, try to schedule it today. Gosh darn, I was going to do it yesterday, and just my day got packed. But the Sievertson 12, right here, the Sievertson 12, which are 12 little nuggets I got from Dave Sievertson back in the day, like a month ago. I guess that's back in the day. And if you'd like a copy of it, more than happy to give it to you. No charge. I'm going to digitize it a couple ways. Number one, I've just got it in the paper format here, so I want to get it into a digital format. But the other thing I'm going to do as well is go ahead and record a little video, 2 or 3 minutes on my take on each one of Dave's, as he calls them, recommended goals for BA. And by the way, Dave Sievertson in the finals today in Irvine of the men's 70 hard courts against Bob Litwin. And it could be, if both guys are healthy, it could be a great match. Not sure what time that match is, Pacific time zone. Probably 9, 10, maybe. Typically what they do is they have 2 age groups there. They have a center court, first age group. One of the age groups plays at like around 9, and then the next age group comes on and plays afterwards. So I haven't looked at this time schedule for this morning. But if you're in Irvine or LA, you got to get over the Racket Club of Irvine and watch the men's singles finals of both the 60s and the 70s. Guys, if you want a copy of what I'm doing with the Sievertson 12, if you haven't already done so, shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Okay, here we go. And let me see if I can make this work. And if I can't, or if I can't, someone text me if you've got my number. And I know what I need to do first. Let's get that on there. Let's do this. And then let's go back here. And a boomski. And let me see if I can make this work. So there you have it. If someone's got my cell number and you're on, text me right now. Let me know it's working. If no one's on, that's fine. If you're watching the replay, I guess what I'll do is just go back and kind of check it out myself. And if that's the case, I'll have to redo this in terms of the replay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to ask you this question. What if you trusted your first shot choice? And you know what? Next question is, would you prep into a hitting position sooner, right? Would you create good spacing more often, right? This is kind of the sub question to the big one. What if you trusted your first shot choice? Would you wait for the right moment to swing? Would you swing through contact without rushing to get ready for the next shot too soon? That needs a little editing. Sorry about that one. Would you be okay if your opponent could touch your shot? Right? And that's a big one, because too often what happens is we think about, well, I don't want my opponent to touch the ball. So I go through a laundry list of, well, what shots could I play? Here's number one, here's number two, here's number three. And what happens is I don't want my opponent to touch the ball. And the next thing you know is you've gone through a few shots and it doesn't work out. Would you be a much more consistent shot maker if you trusted your first shot choice? Would you learn to make a better shot choice in certain situations, right? So you might trust and believe your initial shot choice, but you might monitor it and adjust it over time, because in this specific certain situation, against any opponent in general, you might go, you know what, there's a better shot choice I want to train. Or it might get more specific to a certain opponent. Would you play with more confidence? Would you play with more clarity? Would the game be more fun, right, if there was that kind of clarity and confidence? Would 100% belief in your initial shot choice guarantee you'd make every shot and win? And the answer is no. There is no guarantee in this game, right? But do you believe, if you answered yes to all the questions above, that you become a much more consistent shot maker? Then you'd probably, obviously, never a guarantee, but I'll bet that you become a lot better player. So how do you do it? Well, you train it, right? You train the initial shot choice. One way to do it is have someone feed you balls, right? And just have them feed them off the racket. And you kind of announce, to at least to yourself, but I would do it out loud, that as soon as the ball is out of that practice partner's hand or feet or whatever, that you tell yourself either up the line, up the middle, or cross court, or maybe you go dropper, but you go with that and you train it, and you start training that you can make an initial shot choice instantly, and however long it takes for the ball to get there, that's good. That's good. So you need to train it, and you need to pick your target over the net, right? So the shot choice could be up the line, and let's make it a little bit more conditioned. I'm going up the line over this spot on the top of the net. I'm going up the middle over, let's say you're in the middle of the court. Let's say you decide to go, I'm going right up over the top of the net where that center strap is. Or maybe in this case where I'm hitting this forehand, I'm telling myself the same thing. I'm going over the center of, the middle of the center strap, right? Right over the top of it. And then once you train this thing enough, you got to get out there in matches and just trust it, right? This is not a quick fix tip. You can't all of a sudden believe, okay, well, Brent, I see all the reasons why that if I trusted my first shot choice, all these good things would happen. And then you come back and let me get out of this and let me go back to us. Let me see what we got here. Here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. And you can't, you can't just make this a quick little tip, a quick little fix. You got to train this stuff. You got to train the initial shot choice response. And one of the things I keep telling you that we can never, ever control is we can't control what that opponent's guessing over there of where we're going to go. We can't control their anticipation. All we can control is commitment to our shot choice. And I'm telling you, the sooner you make the shot choice where you create a little bit more time before you have to execute the swing, the chances go way up that you'll create consistently better spacing for that shot, that you will be into the hitting position. Maybe it's just a nanosecond sooner, but that's better than waiting to the last second. There's a whole host of reasons why committing and trusting your initial shot choice is going to be okay. And look, the big word here is trust. You got to train yourself to trust. And one of the things that I think I've been guilty of over the years is just teaching way too much technique. And I think pros do the same thing. And I think players go out there, even if they're not getting trained or coached or taking lessons, they're on YouTube kind of hunting around and looking for technique as the answer to help them win more matches. And the reality is, look, I think I said this yesterday, it doesn't matter if you want to go up the middle. It doesn't matter if you've got a heavy top, if you've got medium top, if you hit the ball flat, if you hit the slice, right? We were talking about picking out a target. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you are consistent with all the fundamentals to be able to execute that shot. And one of the fundamentals, I believe, besides creating space, right? Besides knowing your ideal point of contact, right? Which is after you created the space, where's my ideal point of contact for this shot choice based on my unique swing type, based on my unique body type, whatever. And just that the more you do that, the more you're going to be consistent as a shot maker and the more confidence that you're going to have as a player, right? And that's really what this is all about. It's about confidence. And if you will trust, if you will believe, if you will just commit to your initial instinctive shot choice, you're going to play with more confidence. And over time, sure, you're going to make a few mistakes now and then, but that's when we go into the Jeff Jacklich, monitor and adjust. You miss an easy ball. You bonehead an easy forehand. Don't get tough on yourself. Use it as an opportunity to monitor and adjust, right? It could be that you're within the point and you've just hit a cross-court forehand. You've had this nice initial shot choice. Hey man, I'm going cross-court forehand, and you execute the shot, but you discover that, you know what, that thing just barely missed the net, even though it went in. I'm flirting too close to the net. During the point, you can monitor and adjust, right? But if you decide to go cross-court with a forehand and you rattle the tape, right? And it was an easy ball to go. I mean, it was an easy wide opening because you'd had the opponent off, in the opposite alley, and you miss it. Well, what do we initially do? We normally get a little ticked, right? We get a little angry, rather than using that as an opportunity to monitor and adjust and just say, hey, next time, what I meant to do is next time I meant to go 2 feet higher over that specific part of the net. So guys, a lot to work through here today. And what am I going to do here? When I send out the email, I'm going to send a link to today's notes on the main question, what if you trusted your first shot choice, and all the subsequent kind of sub questions that I want you to take a little bit of time to answer. I'll go ahead and put that into a PDF and I'll get it out to everyone when I send out the email today. Guys, that's it for me today. A couple things. Number one, down below in the description area is a link to 98.6 men's high performance tennis clothing. When you put in the discount code Brent01, that's with a capital B and then lowercase RENT and then a 01, Dave Doherty's going to give you a 15% discount. Down below, go ahead and click that link, pick a pair of shorts, a shirt or two, And then the next thing is, look, I want to hear from you. What's on your mind today from this topic about what if you started to really believe and trust? Well, what if you trained and then believed and then trusted in matches that you could go ahead with that initial shot choice? And what's on your mind with this? Any questions, any feedback, any comments, let me know down below in the comments area. You can also let me know, direct message me at Facebook and/or shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, that's it for me today. Hope you're doing well so far as we get out there, right? As we always get out there today, help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I will see you again next time.